Discovering Love. We're 3 weeks into this now, and I really thought about a month ago that I knew what love was, that I had that down. I didn't really need that. I'm not sure I totally did. I'm not sure I totally got it all. The first week we talked about the fact that love matters most, and that the best use of life is love. I'm not sure I got that. I'm not sure I'm doing that. Not sure I'm there. Last week we asked the question, worth the love? Are we worth the love? Or are you worth the love? The love of other people, the love of God. Are we worth it? The answer is yes, we are. But at the beginning of this, I wasn't sure that I needed it. But I think I do. I think I've got to get better at love. I think we've all got to get better at loving other people around us. If you've got your connection this morning, that's that thing they hand out at the door. You know that we're going to be talking about loving with your words. Loving with your words. How do we do that? And why do we do that? And what does it mean to do that? So I thought we would read something from the Bible about our words. It's one of my favorite books in the Bible because it's named after me. James, that's my name, James. And it's not really named after me, but I just want to take a look at what this guy James, who was the half-brother of Jesus, what did he have to say about this thing that we do, this speech that we use, the words that we use, the language that we use. So we're just going to look at James chapter 3 today. I'm just going to read some of it. We'll unpack it. It says this. It says, "Indeed, we all make many mistakes. For if we could control our tongues, we would be perfect and could also control ourselves in every other way." That's a huge statement, right? If I could control the words that came out of my mouth, that I could control myself. He goes on, he says, "We can make a large horse go anywhere we want by means of a small bit in its mouth." That's that little metal thing that goes in the mouth of a horse. That's all I know about horseback riding. "And a small rudder makes a huge ship turn wherever the pilot chooses to go, even though the winds are strong. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches. But a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire. And among all the parts of the body, the tongue is a flame of fire. It is a whole world of wickedness, corrupting your entire body. It can set your whole life on fire. For it is set on fire by hell itself. People can tame all kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and fish. But no one can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil. It is restless and evil, full of deadly poison. Sometimes it praises our Lord and Father, and sometimes it curses those who have been made in the image of God. And so blessing and cursing come pouring out of the same mouth. Surely, my brothers and sisters, this is not right." It's a pretty big statement. If I can control my tongue, I can control me. That I shouldn't be praising God and cursing people with the same mouth. Though I think if this guy James had written this today, 2016, I don't think he would have said that. I don't think he would have said the tongue is a restless evil, that the tongue is all this. I think he would have added to it. I think he would have said the tongue and the thumbs. For those of you that don't understand what I mean, this is what I mean right here, right? See, because we don't just communicate verbally anymore. We communicate electronically. So as we talk about that, I think we've got to understand that we mean both. That it's not just verbal words. It's electronic words too. So how do we do that? How do we control our tongue? And how do we show people love with our words? I could just jump in and give you, the top 10 psychological things that we need to do with our words, and I could tell you all of those things. I don't think I can do that this morning. I don't think I can just jump off. See, I think I have to confess something to you first. See, I think you need to know that I don't have this figured out. I don't do this perfectly in my life. Some might say I don't even do it well. See, sometimes I say things that hurt. Sometimes I hurt people with my words or with my text. I think for me it's I don't think before I speak. That I don't think about what's about to come out. And I just say it. I think for me the hardest place for me to do that is with my kids. They'll make a simple mistake because they're kids. And I ask them a question of why they did that in a way that I'm expecting them to be adults. Why didn't you think about what was going to happen if you did that? Because I'm 8. Could be their answer. But the way I say it, the words that I use, the tone that I use, sometimes maybe not the most loving. So how do we do this? So we're going to look at this today, and I just want you to know I'm talking to me as much as I'm talking to you. Because I think we need to figure it out. I think we have got to get to a place where we're more loving with our words. But how do we do that? See, I think we've got to understand there's three types of loving words. There's 3 types of loving words. The first one is honest words. Honest words. We got to be honest with people. We've got to speak the truth to people. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by we've got to be honest? You're like, what, James, you call me a liar? No, but I don't think we're honest all the time. See, I think we tell people what they want to hear. Many times. Now, some people in our life don't help us out very much because they ask us questions like, honey, does this dress make me look fat? I don't know how to answer that question. You're going to get no help from me today. But how about questions like this? Why does our boss not like me? Why does he pick on me all the time? And we could come along and say, John, yeah, he does, man. He just doesn't, I don't know. Man, you're a great guy. I don't know why he picks on you all the time. I don't know why he yells at you. I'm clueless. Or you could be honest and say, John, probably the reason is, it's going to be hard for me to say. It's going to be hard for you to hear. If you really want to know, it might be that you're 15 minutes late every day. And you don't ever apologize. And you don't ever offer a reason why. But can I help you with that? Is there a way? Is there something I could do to help you? See, when we become honest with people, and sometimes those words are going to hurt. So we got to make sure we're aiming it at the right place, at the right time, in the right way. See, because it's about what's in here when we say that. What's our intent? So I think we've got to be honest with people. We've got to begin to tell people the truth. But man, that is hard. That is really hard. You know why? Because it is so much easier to be nice. It is easier to be nice than to be honest. Right? I mean, it's easier to say, yeah, I don't know, I don't get, you're a great guy. That's so much easier. The question we got to ask ourselves. The question is this: do you want to impress others or impact others? Which one do you want to do? See, because I can be nice to you all day long, but it has this much impact on you. Absolutely none. See, it's not until I begin to be honest with you that I can have an impact on you. Now, when I say impact, I mean for the good. So we've got to be honest. We've got to tell some people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. But here's the key. We can be honest all day long and just go around and not show a single person love. See, because when we're honest, we have to do something else. We have to be careful. So we have to have honest words. We got to have careful words too, though. Right? Because if I just come in and I just tell you the truth, man, it can hurt you. It can scar you. It can impact you in the wrong way. But why do we do that? Why are we not more careful with our words? Why are we not more careful? I think I know why. I think we've bought into something. Something that many of us have heard since we were this big. Since we were little kids. You might have heard this, and as I begin to say it, you might even go, yeah, I remember that. I got that. You've got it memorized, probably, a lot of you in this room. And it goes something like this. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Right? That's some people's mantra. That's their motto. That's their life. That is where they live. You can't hurt me with your words. There's only one problem with that. It's completely ridiculous and not true. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because words do hurt. But you see, we've bought into that not for ourselves. See, we know that words hurt me. We understand that I can be hurt by someone's words. See, where we've bought into it is I think sometimes we don't realize that that's not true for other people. We don't realize that our words can hurt other people. So we're not careful with our words. Because we've bought into this for other people and think that our words can't hurt them because we're not beating them up with sticks and stones. So I think we need to change it. I think we need to start, and we just need to wipe this thing off the face of the planet, and we need to have another mantra. So I found this online. I couldn't find out who to attribute it to, but it's not mine. But I just want to read you something and see if maybe this can change our thought process. It says this: sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can also hurt me. Sticks and stones break only skin, while words are ghosts that haunt me. Pain from words has left its scar on mind and heart that's tender. Cuts and bruises now have healed. It's words that I remember. Right? That's what we remember. We remember what people say to us. We remember what people say about us. And so does everyone else. So does everyone else. So why aren't we more careful with our words? Why don't we think about them more? See, because if we aren't careful with our words, we can change someone's life for the worse. See, if we're not careful with what we say, we can destroy someone's life. See, we've got to be honest, but man, we also have to be careful. We've got to be careful. Because you see, those words that aren't careful, they come out at the worst times, right? They come out when we're angry. Someone's hurt us, someone's done something we didn't like, and we just shoot that venom right out of our mouth. The problem is we can never get them back in. We can never get them back in. So we say things, and they have much longer impact than what we do. We've got to be careful. We've got to be careful that our words are not destroying people's lives. Maybe for you it's not anger. Maybe for you it's gossip. And I know 90% of you guys in this room are like, I don't do that, James. That's a woman's thing, so I can just plug my ears right now. But what is gossip? See, that's when we tell stories about people, true or not, that are meant to destroy them, that are meant to take them down, that are meant to make them look not so good. See, those aren't careful words. See, we've got to be gentle with what we say. We've got to be gentle, even when that other person might not be being gentle with us. Maybe they're angry. Maybe they're in our face. We've still got to be gentle. We've got to be careful. So we've got to be honest. But we've got to be careful when we're honest. And if we're honest and we're careful, guess what we get the privilege to do? We get the privilege and the ability to use this third type of word. And that's building words. We get to build people up. We get to lift them up. We get to make them better. We get to try and make them better. Why would we want to do that? Because that's the point. That's the point, that we're supposed to be working together as a group of people, to help each other be better. We've got to build people up. We've got to give some people some things that are truthful, that are helpful, that are inspirational. We've got to be careful with those words. We've got to be honest with those words. But man, we can truly change people's lives if we begin to try and build them up with our words. See, I think this. I think that everyone in this room and everyone that you know would be excited to get up tomorrow morning and to get out of bed if they knew they were going to feel loved if they knew they were going to feel loved, they'd be excited. I know I'd be excited if I just knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I was going to feel love. So here's the question. Who are the people in your life that aren't feeling loved right now? Maybe they're in your home. Maybe they're in your office. Maybe they're part of some organization that you're a part of. Maybe they're on a team. Maybe they're at your school. I don't know. But there are people all around you that don't feel loved and aren't excited about getting up every day. There's people around you right now in this room that don't feel loved. Why can't you and I be the ones that begin to show them love with our words? So that tomorrow they're excited about getting up because of what happened today. That they felt loved today. Who are those people? Who are those people that need to hear some honest, caring, building words from you? That need to feel love from you? Who are those people? See, because we've got to get all these things together, these three things together, and they got to be married up with love. That we care about that person, that we want the best for that person. See, we can be honest and not have love. And we just go around just destroying people all day long. Your hair's a mess. That shirt doesn't match those pants. I mean, we can be honest all day long, right? And just destroy people. See, because honesty without love isn't helpful. See, we can be careful with our words without loving people. That's just being politically correct just to be politically correct. Just to say the right things so that people aren't offended and we don't hurt them. But it has nothing to do with love. That has everything to do with us. So people don't look at us like we're wrong. Well, we can build some people up without love, but that's just weird. Like if I'm just mean to somebody all the time, then I'll come along, you are awesome. They're like, what was that? Where'd that come from? See, we've got to have love with all of those things, and all those things have to come together so that we can have an impact on the world around us. So maybe you're bought in. Maybe you've written all three of these things down. Maybe you're excited about that little poem that I read. Hey, and if you are, guess what? You can go on our social media this afternoon. That's Crosspoint 24/7 at Instagram, at Twitter, and at Facebook, and you can share that around. Maybe you're all about it. You are on board. Yes, I'm going to love people with my words. When we get done here in just a little bit, you'll pick up your daughter from Clubhouse and your son from Kids Venture, and you guys get in the car to go home, and about 2 seconds out of the parking lot, your son just reaches over and just smacks your daughter across the face. And you begin to say some things. They might be honest, but they aren't very careful, and they aren't very building. And you're like, thanks, James. You gave me some great things that lasted 4.5 minutes. I appreciate it. What do you do? Because every one of us are going to mess up. Maybe within the hour. Definitely within the week. We're going to mess up. What do we do then? What do we do then? Maybe you look at it and you go, man, James, that sounds great. I've never said a loving word in my life. How do I start? Hey, James, I mess up all the time. Where do I begin to fix it? I think we need to start in one place. Whether we just messed up just now, or whether we've just messed up for the last X number of years. I think we can all start in the same place. And that's what this little thing called an apology. See, I think we need to go and we need to apologize when we mess up. We need to apologize when we're honest without being careful. We need to apologize when we don't put them all together, when we're not honest, careful, and building. We need to apologize. See, sometimes we have the right heart. We just didn't say it right. It just didn't come across. Our tongue didn't say the words in the right way. Our body wasn't in the right language. Our tone wasn't right. Our thumbs moved way faster than our mind. I think we need to apologize. See, I've learned something about apologies and about apologizing. See, apologizing doesn't always mean that you're wrong and the other person is right. You might have said something that was right, you just didn't say it in the right way. You might have thought you did, but you didn't. You see, it's not just about me saying, I was wrong and you're right. See, what apologizing is about it means that I value my relationship more than I value my ego. That's what apology is about. That this relationship between us is way more important than me being right. Than me saying, I win. That's what apology is about. See, when we can get our ego out of the way and we can work on that relationship, that's what's important. That's what's going to change people's lives. That's what's going to change our world. When we begin to put honest words out there that are careful, we put honest and careful words out there that then let us build someone up. See, that's what it's about. See, that's why we've got to think about the words that are coming out of our mouth and that are coming across screens. I just want to reread a little bit of this passage that we read from James, because I think it's important. Just to remind you, when it says in here, when it says it's talking about, he's talking about the tongue. And we're talking about our tongue and our thumbs. So he says this. He says, sometimes it praises our Lord and Father. Sometimes it curses those who have been made in the image of God. And so blessing and cursing come pouring out of the same mouth. Surely, my brothers and sisters, this is not right. See, I think we got to fix that. I think we've got to get to a place where we are working on controlling our words so that we can have an impact on the world around us. We've got to stop just trying to be right. We've got to stop just being nice. We've got to stop just looking out for us. And we've got to begin to help people become better. See, that's the goal. That's the point. When I begin to love people with my words, what does it do? It makes them excited to see me because they feel loved. It makes them grateful for the day because they feel loved. Because there's one thing that every human being needs, and that's love. think we have got to be. We've got to be people that are giving that love. We've got to be people that are helping them be excited to get up every morning because they feel loved. So I just want to challenge you to do something this week. I want to challenge you to love people with your words. To find some people around you. Maybe don't feel love every day. Maybe don't feel love ever. And begin to be honest and careful in building with them. And because we can't do one of those and not the others. And the goal has to be that we want the best for them. That we want to build them up and make them better. See, that's what it means to love. Say we want the best for people. God, thank you. Thank you that you care about the words that we use. And God, you want us to feel loved. God, you want us to feel cared for and valued. But God, it is so hard. It is so hard in that moment when that anger comes in. God, when those hard things happen, it is so hard to remember to be careful. It's so hard to be honest with the right intent and with the right heart. God, help us. Help us to love people with our words. Help us to show people that you love them by the words that we use. God, that people will be excited to get up in the morning because we show them love. God, I pray that you would help us to find some people that are going to love us with their words as well. God, I pray that you would give us those friends that are honest and careful in building. And God, we would be those friends as well. Thank you. Thank you that you love us and you care about us and you want the best for us. Help us to have that same attitude to the people around us, the people in our neighborhood, people in our homes and our work, our schools. Help us to want the best for the people around us and to use our words to point them to that. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.